How about some content that sucks? Literally, because it's about vacuums, always popular vacuums. I'm kidding, I know a lot of you don't like the vacuum content, but some do. And the last time I left you with these two vacuums, my new to me Kirby, I completely refurbished this, an Avalir 2, and my trusty old Dyson DC-25 that I've had for years, my go-to vacuum, but then I got the nostalgia bug. We had a Kirby when I was a kid. I wanted another one a year ago. Can you believe it has been a year since I reviewed these two vacuums together? It's actually been about a year and 6 weeks. But today I want to come back to this because I want to answer two questions. One that I didn't answer in the last one other than just showing you what they would do one versus the other on carpet. Just a spoiler, the Kirby won that showdown. Cleaning first with the Dyson and then with the Kirby. I want to talk about the picked up difference because I left it without showing the contents that were inside the bag. There's a reason for that. Let me start off first and foremost just orienting you with these vacuums really quick. This is a Dyson Ball, the Dyson DC-25 ball. Now they redesigned it right after this one and made it where the entire ball doesn't spin, just a section down the middle. But this is the classic. It's worked well for me for years. The DC-25 is completely functional. Everything is within easy reach. It doesn't require bags. And this particular color was a QVC special. Bought this from QVC back in the day. And I mean, just look at the style. Very unique, very distinctive. No wonder these were popular. And obviously this is a Kirby steel construction built like tanks. They weigh, well, more than that, but when you're moving it around because they have a tech drive. Talked about all the features in my other video. Now they do have a newer Kirby. This is the Kirby Avalir 2. There is an Avalir Platinum now. As far as I understand it, the only difference is the color scheme. And because I spent my money redoing this, I got it at a deal and even refurbished, far cheaper than the 25-ish hundred that a new Platinum will run with all the same accessories. And speaking of accessories, talked about the 3 that come with the DC-25, maybe even 4. Well, with the Kirby, there's an entire bag of them. There are floor attachments and foaming nozzles and all kinds of stuff. You can get floor buffers. You can even sand floors with the Kirby. Very industrious, very multi-use. But what about all those accessories taking up space? Well, this bag is small, and it doesn't really take up any more space than the Dyson accessories. I mean, maybe just a little bit of height, but you can't really complain about the accessories when you think about what all this will do that the Dyson or other vacuums won't do. Okay, enough catch up. You can watch my videos if you want to know more details on these. The big thing is, how have they done over a year? Me running these back to back. Actually, I ran the Kirby. It has replaced the Dyson, except for little small duties that the Dyson's just a quick, easy grab for. This has been a perfect replacement. It vacuums better, it cleans carpets, does my windows. It's my go-to vacuum now. But I've been conducting an experiment for the past 3 months. For 3 months, I've been running the Dyson and then following it up. So double vacuuming every single time. That includes cleaning hardwood floors, cleaning the carpets because I only have 2 area rugs, cleaning windowsills, everything that's sucking lint out of the dryer ducts, everything that I do with this vacuum, I then follow up with this one to see how much more the Kirby actually will pick up than the Dyson. And I just emptied this tub. Actually, that is from this carpet, and then I followed up with this again. But I've been going back to back for the past 3 months, actually almost 4. So what we're gonna do, so we're going to find out, because I put a brand new bag in this when I started that. We're going to find out how much more a Kirby will pick up than a Dyson. And we're going to do it pseudo-scientifically. I had this old scale from back when I used to do candles. I'm going to be able to weigh a bag, because I have. Got these for Christmas. I have a pack of brand new bags, the exact same bag. Now, I'm not going to cut into the bag because I don't want dust to go everywhere, but weighing it should be enough to tell us what we need to know. So 3, almost 4 months. Let me just unhook this here. Got this little tabby thing. I just undo that. Pull the bag out. You notice there wasn't a big poof because there's a little membrane, even though it doesn't close all the way. And I'm going to pull this out. Oh, I can feel some stuff in there. Yeah, I mean, that wad right there. You can see the line. That is where this stuff is. The Universal Micron Magic bag that is unused. So I'm just going to kind of fold it up here. I'm going to turn this on. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's just look down here. This is probably on grams. It is. So it's 58 grams. What is that? That is 2 ounces. So we have 2 ounces or 58 grams. I'm trying to do this in one take so there's no trickery here. So that's the new bag. I'm going to set it off to the side. Here's my used bag. Let's see if I can get this so that we can still see the display here. Putting my used bag on there, and that is 196 grams or 6 7/8 ounces. See if I can roll this. Oh, it even goes up to here. But basically that flap right there is how much stuff, and I mean it's pretty thick. You know, I might cut this open. I might go outside and cut this open at the end of this video just so we can see. Of course, nowhere near the full. This bag will go all the way up to here on full, so I had a good bit that I could pick up. Okay, so question number 2, based off viewer comments, is about the settings that I used on this carpet. Because with the Kirby, the way you do things, you have this little lever here, and you're all the way up when you turn them off, and then you turn off your tech drive. You turn the Kirby on, and then you click down until it makes contact. You'll hear it make contact, and then you go one more click. That's the way a Kirby works. That's the way they're designed to work. The Dyson has an automatic head, and here you go, proof that I have been running this first and then this, because you see, well, there's a few little things in there like hairs you can't see, but all this twine and stuff, that just happens, I'm pretty sure. That's frayed dental floss. I can see 2 of them, 3 of them. Wow, I'm just tossing floss around. What's going on with that? And the Dyson is a self-leveling head. It will be one height when it's on hardwoods, and then you roll over carpet, and these are supposed to kind of adjust. It's just sort of technically a floating system, but what it really is, it's just one system, and it just rolls over. If we look at the height of the bristles, get this level, and you're going to see that just barely pokes down. There we go. That just barely pokes down. Well, then let me look at the Dyson. I get that level, and that just barely pokes down. They're roughly the same height. So when I set the Kirby to the recommended settings of going down until it makes contact, and then going down one more, that's just the way a Kirby works, and you can adjust it by the carpet type. That's the way they do. So when someone says the Kirby's cleaning better because you have it further down into the carpet, no, that's just how a Kirby works. And they also mentioned that the wave, when I was over here on the edge of the carpet and I said you could see the Kirby kind of pulling up, they said that was a bad thing, and that the Dyson actually had more CFM. No. Oh no. The claims they made, you can tell someone's a fanboy when they make claims like the Dyson has 90 CFM, a Kirby only has 20. You don't have to know anything about Kirby, anything about Dyson, or about CFM to tell you that saying this is 90 and this is 20, given the results that were presented in the last video, to know that that is a wrong statement. Now Dyson might claim 90, and it might be at a peak somewhere. But Kirby doesn't claim 20, Kirby claims 132 CFM, which is more than Dyson, more than this DC-25. So 2 main questions answered: how much was in the bag that the Kirby picked up that the Dyson did not, and they have a higher CFM and more vacuum power, and that's why they can pull more dirt and stuff out of carpet, out of an entire house. Just the Kirby, in my experience, has been better. But I'm going to answer one more question in this 1-year update video, and that's about Kirby being cumbersome and big and heavy. Well, Kirby is bigger and it is heavier. Well, technically it's only bigger down here. I mean, the rest of the vacuum, the height, they're about the same. I mentioned this in my video a year ago. Moving this around And then moving the Kirby with that tech drive turned on, you have this little gearing transmission switch down here that you flip with your foot as you're going. Kirby's easier to move around once you're vacuuming with it. It's far easier to move around. Now, lifting up to move, this is heavier, but it's not crazy amounts heavier than this. Well, about 5 pounds. This is 22.6 pounds. This was 15.2. So about 5 pounds difference. Noticeable, yes. When you're moving around a quick move, is it that much difference that it's going to mean that someone that can use this can't use this? No, 5 pounds, I don't think it's going to make that much difference. Now, after a year, convenience-wise, I can tell you that, yeah, I do notice that. I do notice that it is a little more cumbersome to do some things with Kirby. For instance, if you own a Kirby, you know never to store it with the little belt tensioned. You always want to untension it. So when I go to vacuum, if it's been sitting up for more than a day, I'll retension the belt, put it back on, tighten it back down, and then I'm ready to go. But you can see that took, what, 10 seconds? There is no extra seconds with the Dyson. I just pick it up and I go, or really any modern vacuum, but there's that power, there's that cleaning difference that really only a Kirby can give. And the versatility of the Kirby, I talked about all these accessories. You've seen me clean glass windows with this, foam carpet. I don't think I've shown you me foaming carpet, but I've foamed chairs regularly. Even my bed, I spilled something, I had some soup, and I walked by a bed to go grab something, and for some reason I took my bowl of soup with me and I spilled it. That would have been a mattress nightmare, but I had this. I had the Kirby, and it rescued me. Plus, this does deep clean beds better, dust more, over the course of roughly 3 months than the Dyson did, which, from all practical purposes, that's the thing people don't factor in. It looks clean, you think you cleaned it, but then you get something that's got some real power to it, that's made solely for being a cleaning machine, a heavy-duty cleaning machine that you keep for a decade or two. That's where the Kirby comes in. Am I glad I bought it after a year? Absolutely. I am 100% thrilled with this thing. I would buy the Platinum if I didn't know that this is gonna last for another decade or so. And it's also an Avalir, so it's the same thing as the Platinum, just the dress up. And honestly, I kind of like the blue trim. I think it looks good. Blue's my favorite color. So I think this is a good looking, good performing vacuum. I plan on keeping it for quite some time. Also plan on keeping this Dyson DC-25 until it dies. I've used it for all these years. It has served me well, so I'm going to keep it. But my main vacuum now is the Kirby Avalir 2. If you have any other questions, comment below. I think I covered the main 2 to 3 out of the last video. So that'll be it for the suck videos, the vacuum videos, for at least couple of months, or until I think of something else and or some other experience hits me about this Kirby. I'll see you then. Comment below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and have a great day. Well,